Now, top story of the hour, at least 188 people have been killed and dozens are still missing. Houses have been damaged and transport halted. This is after 2 days of incessant rain that has battered Nepal with severe flooding and landslides, and the daily lives of people have come to a standstill. Schools in the country have been shut for 3 days. Over 3,600 individuals have been rescued so far, but relief operations are ongoing with dozens still missing. More than 3,000 security personnel are at work. In the Kathmandu Valley alone, at least 37 deaths have been recorded due to the overflowing Bagmati River, submerging surrounding areas. Over 200 houses have been flooded and several others are at risk. Domestic flights have been cancelled in the region, affecting over 150 departures.
पानी हल्का बढ्दै जो राति 1 बजे हेर्दाखेरि क्याबिन भित्र पानी पस्यो त्यसपछि राति हामी निस्केर आम फालेर पौडीखेर निस्क्यौं पर्स मोबाइल झोला सब खोलाले बगायो केही पनि छैन सब जाडोमा रातभरि बस्यौं बिटमा आएर
Roads and highways across the country still remain blocked, causing complications to the rescue operations. According to officials, over 65 highways and major roads in 28 locations are obstructed. Hundreds of travelers have been stranded. Heavy rains are expected to continue in most of central and eastern Nepal. Flash flood warnings are still in place. And for more on this, our correspondent Saloni Mararka is joining us on phone line. Thank you so much for joining us, Saloni. What is the latest that you can bring in?
Yes, we have been receiving continuous death toll updates, as most part of the country has not received rainfall in the past 24 hours. So therefore, all the security agencies and personnel are on ground carrying out the search and rescue operation. And therefore, the government has said that the death toll is likely to rise further. So far, we have an update of the 188 confirmed people killed. But what question is being raised here is the required equipment that most of the security agencies lack on carrying out large-scale rescue operations. And many of the armed police force officials have said that they do lack some of the required equipment. And many experts have also raised questions that the issue of disaster rescue operation does not get proper attention in the legislature. So all these questions are being raised. But the one thing that was expected from the government is a concrete plan and measures to tackle this monsoon disasters that the country faces every year. However, this time as well, with the last cabinet meeting, the last evening, all that we got was the compensation for the victims and free medical for the injured. And the government has still not come out with any concrete plans to tackle this. And even though this disaster is not an isolated incident, because it's a recurring disaster that the country faces, and this is going to have a big economic toll on this country, because Nepal's hydropower plants and irrigation facilities were severely damaged in floods. And it has been estimated that the initial loss of $32 million. And this is the monsoon season. So Nepal produces surplus power during this monsoon season and earns from exporting it to India and a third country that the deal is yet to be signed. But this is going to take an economic toll. And due to the blockage of the highways, just like you mentioned, about the roads and highways that have been blocked. And many of the goods carrying vehicles have been stranded there, and the people are already expecting of the prices of the items to rise further, especially in Kathmandu. So this is definitely going to have an economic toll, and what we see is a lack of any measures from the government side.
Right. You mentioned the roads that have been blocked, but has there been any efforts in recovering these roads? Because a lot of people and travelers have also been stranded.
Yes, definitely. Many of the travelers and the goods carrying have been stranded across the country, because many of the major highways that lead to the capital, Kathmandu, have been blocked with the landslides, and the rescue operation is definitely on ground. Over 5,000 personnel have been mobilized by the government, and over around 3,600 people have been rescued so far. And but the point is this clearing of the highways and roads will definitely take will definitely take, if not weeks and months, with some of the highways, and therefore we can see, we will get to see the lack of any goods or items here in the capital, especially.
All right, Sonali, thank you for bringing us the latest. We will, of course, keep track of all the rescue operations that is occurring.